What's your go-to notes app for productivity? Is it OneNote, Evernote, maybe Notion? I want to help you better use Apple Notes. Now, I used to think that Apple Notes was just a flat list of unorganized notes. But if you really dig into the features of Apple Notes, it's actually really powerful. So in this video, I'd like to show you how to best use Apple Notes. Let's get started. First of all, let's unlock our iPhone. Now, I'm going to open up the Notes app. As you can see here, I have a list of folders, and what I used to do is I used to categorize my notes manually every week into sort of these numbered folders like you see here. Now we're going to move on to folders a bit later. So first of all, let's dig into creating a new note, which is at the bottom right of this little sketch. Now I'm going to give this note a name and I'm just going to call it YouTube. As you can see, we now have a load of options above the text here. So we've got some formatting options, which allows you to do your normal bold and headings and underlining, that kind of stuff. You can even change the color text. Next we have checklists. Now checklists are really useful, and what I use them for is for when I go shopping. So I sit at home and I'll write down everything that I need to get from the shop, particularly in a food shop where I tend to forget one or two things. And as I then take things off the shelf and put them in the basket, I can then check them off from my list here. So let's just say we want some grapes and then we want some apples. Well, when I'm done, I can just select the fact I've got my grapes and select the fact I've got my apples. Thereafter, we can look at tables. Now, tables are really good, particularly for things like meal prepping, or if you wanted to schedule your diary throughout the day. You might want to do meal prep of morning, breakfast, lunch, and then dinner, or you might want to schedule your week with Monday to Friday with the activities you want to accomplish. You can tap 3 dots on each side to add a row or to add a column, and you can build out all the information that you'd like. Now the next part is one of my favorites. This is adding attachments. So as you can see, we can just add files, we can add audio clips, or we can choose to scan documents or scan text. Now, this is what gets really cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this book that I have here and I'm open up on a random page. Present that in frame. And then I'm going to go scan documents first. And then I'm going to put this in frame. And take a photo. And what you'll see is it then gives you some lines. You can draw exactly what photo you want to, text you want to absorb. I'm going to keep this scan. Save that in. And then within my document, it's like a photocopy of my page. And I've saved all that text. Now, if you want to get real clever and you actually want that text within your document, you can then click on here again, but this time go scan text. Highlight, insert, and as you can see, look at that, paste. All the text that is on that page, pasted as if I had typed it out. How good is that? Next, I want to show you smart folders. So smart folders are really cool because they are, as the name implies, smart. So what I used to do is I used to create all my notes throughout a week and they would fall into the Notes app, as you can see, which is what that folder is there. And then I would manually move them at the end of the week into the different 4 categories that I used to set up. But with smart folders, you can have that done automatically. So if I go to the bottom left to create a new folder, I'm going to call this YouTube, the same as my notes, but actually I'm going to turn this into a smart folder. Now, smart folders allow you to use a filter to automatically capture any notes that match that filter and put it into the smart folder. So for instance, you can use tags. Tags work a bit like a hashtag on social media. So I can select any tag, or I can have selected tags. So if I go any selected tag, and I've already created this tag from earlier, but let's create a new one for you guys. And we're going to call this hello. And hello will be our tag. We're going to hit done and done. Now, if we create a new note and we call it hello, and then we actually tag this with the hello tag by going into the tag, typing hello and pressing enter, it now turns yellow. What you'll find is if I go back to my smart folder, which is called YouTube, as you can see here, and I tap on that, my hello note, because it has the hello tag, is then presented into the smart folder. So much better than manually organize these things every week. The other thing you can do, if if you want to change the way that you select notes, is you can do, was it recently edited? Has it been shared with anybody? Does it have any attachments? Or was it a quick note? It might seem obvious that smart folders should just be used, but I don't think this is very well advertised by Apple and that many people know that this exists. Recently, I put a post out on Threads asking if people use Apple Notes, and you can see in one of the replies here that a user says yes they do, and they screenshotted a list of all their folders. But there's a lack of smart folders there, and despite the fact they're clearly an extensive user of Apple Notes, they don't actually realise that smart folders exist or know how to take best use of them. Let me know what you think of Apple Notes by sharing a comment below. My social media is in the description, which is underneath the like button. And if you found this video useful, please share it with a friend. Thanks for watching. Peace.